We're obsessed with the Connie Pheiff Show. It's about a lifestyle shift to move up or out.
Hey, what's your jam? What's the one thing that really drives you? What makes you unstoppable?
It's about opening a new door to live your dream.
People give up way too early on their dreams.
It's about enjoying the journey. It's about keeping it real.
Damn, now the interviewee is interviewing the interviewer. I like this.
It's all about you.
I knew there was something else I wanted to do. Stop taking shit so seriously. Y'all can do this. Take an outrageous look at life and laugh.
This is the Connie Pheiff Show.
We love your voice. We love your jam. You need to be on radio.
And now your host, Connie Pheiff.
Hey there, it's Connie Pheiff, your Unstoppable Diva. And today we have the ladies of comedy in the house. And I think we already had our show. We've been just kind of trying to get things going. And it's just going to be phenomenal. We're just super, super excited about this show. We're live streaming today on Facebook, and you're going to be seeing repeats and I don't want to say reruns, but launching of the show when we push it out on iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Network, and so many more. So our engineer in the house is Jessica Henderson, and so she's just going to hang out behind the scenes with us so we know exactly what we need to be doing here on the forefront. So let me start by introducing the ladies that we have in the house. So we're going to start up with this first guest. She's an electrifying keynote, mindfulness expert, high performance coach, and award-winning author of 5 books and 1 very successful Bumble profile. Welcome, Teresa Rose.
Hi, everybody. Woo-hoo. I'm Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
Now, Teresa is a performer. She's a comedian, an author, a mom, a dancing queen, and a juju pusher. Let's see what that's all about. So Teresa Rose is with us here from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So next up, we have all the way from the north, as far as we can go today, Toronto, Canada. She's put a tent on the world by empowering lives, helping others to achieve their goals and turn their dreams into reality. So welcome, Lisa Mcdonald.
Woo! Hey, Connie.
Yes. Lisa is walking her talk, and she approaches life, love, and work with fearless gratitude. She's a coach, a mentor, host of 2 leading podcasts and online TV shows, and she's author of children's books as well. And her audiences are invigorated to take action after hearing Lisa speak. So Lisa, welcome.
Thank you, Connie. This is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And next we have right here from the City of Angels, most know her by the name and one distinctive voice since her Rolanda syndicated talk show. Today you can catch Rolanda in her new recurring role as an FBI forensic pathologist, Dr. Melissa Myers on Criminal Minds. Rolanda Watts.
Hey. You were pretty lit up 5-10 minutes ago. Come on.
Oh, me? Oh.
No, Rolanda. Do we have Rolanda in the house?
Here I am.
Are you here, Rolanda?
I'm here, right here.
Okay. So Rolanda is in the house. So in addition to being on Criminal Minds, you could also hear her as Professor Wiseman on Curious George or as the host of her Rolanda On Demand podcast. She's also a stand-up comedian and author of the interracial romance suspense novel Destiny Lingers, which was endorsed by Dr. Maya Angelou. The Rolanda Watts is in the house. Woo-hoo. And then we have also from the City of Angels, founder and CEO of the Virum Foundation, Virum Inc. She's shaping leaders of tomorrow to reach more. Natalie Virum.
Hello. Hi. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, Natalie. So Natalie's also an author, and she is a bestseller. Live on Purpose is the name of the book, Creating Positive Lasting Change. And you can find her also teaching her craft to entrepreneur students at Cal State University. She's also a badass in online training and consulting. And next we have, well, let me just put it this way. Most of us will know her as the human buffet of adversity. Her motto is, I'm not black, I'm polio. There is no cant in her vocabulary. There is no filter in her mouth. There is only what's next. You'll also recognize her from the marquees, from the comedy clubs, Debbie Wooten.
Hey, how you doing? That's right.
Hey, Debbie.
How about all of me?
All of you. Debbie joins us today from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And our next guest, well, let's just say she is no stranger to improv. She's a member of a Kook Among Us comedy troupe. She's also performed in Long Beach, California at Held Together, Hermosa Beach with April's Fools. She has studied with Darren Health, Andy Harmon, and also April Scott. Joining us in the house is Jana Dale.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me, Connie. Glad to be here.
So excited you're here. Your motto is when all else fails, improv. And Jana joins us right here from Southern California. And finally, sometimes credited as the unstoppable diva, a philanthropist, beyond Me Too activist and serial entrepreneur, podcast and online TV host, author, and one of today's top talent managers. She began her career as a 6th grade ping pong champion, speed limit violator, and also studied improv under April Scott. And that's me, Connie Pheiff.
Yay, Connie.
Welcome. So excited you're all here today. This is just going to be so exciting. So let's just keep it conversational. And I just wanted to start off by asking each of you, what is your inspiration to become a woman in comedy, a leading women in comedy? Because when you look at history of women and historical women in comedy, it's grown, it's become better. But I want to know, what is your inspiration for this? So whoever wants to go, just jump right in.
I'll jump in.
All right, Teresa.
I'm going to take it because I know that every other woman on this is going to probably say the same thing. So this isn't for me. Comedy is not about being inspired by it or having to work at it or having anything external about it. It's been in my blood forever. Earliest memories with hairbrushes and stuffed animals and doing a show. That's just, it's in my DNA. So I didn't really have to have any external inspiration to follow this path. It pushed me, frankly.
Okay.
So that's just my perspective.
Okay. Who else? Well, what's your inspiration? What really gets you up in the morning and to really look at life from a point of view that really a lot of people don't want to talk about and really take it on in a humorous way?
Well, I feel like, how somebody just born to sing and they don't know how to sing. That is me. I agree with my sister. It's just in my DNA as well. But having polio, spinal bifida, scoliosis, being fat, being black, being poor, I had to find some way to be able to communicate, let people see me from the inside, and everybody likes humor. And so I found that as a bridge. I'm a bridge builder, and not burner, but builder.
You're a broad burner.
But I can be, I can burn a bridge, don't make me. But I'm trying to build them if they let me, so crossover so people can see me from the inside. And everybody, it's international. Everybody likes to laugh and feel good. So I found that is my gift, is to show people no matter what this body looks like, you can still communicate and have fun. And that's what I'm doing. That's it. I use joy.
Beautiful.
Great. And Jana, you're shaking your head. I know the one thing we learned in April when we were, studying with her, she always would promote that improv really is a life builder. It's a life enhancer. It's building your life skills and really not taking life so seriously. So was that something that I never forgot that. Does that resonate with you?
It does resonate with me. And I've never really taken life too terribly seriously. I mean, I've been married 3 times. I've kind of rolled with the flow, and with improv and just life in general, comedy's always been integral to me. I came from a big Irish family that was loud, obnoxious, and just always fun. And my mom was like Lucille Ball in so many ways, her physicality and everything. So we were always encouraged to just be fun and funny, and I love it. I like seeing people smile, really.
All right, I'm going to take a really quick break right now, and let's. When we come back, I want to talk about sex.
Oh yeah,
we'll be right back, ladies. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, we'll be right back. The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show. Okay, we're back, and we are listening to the Ladies of Comedy. Today in the house, we have Debbie Wooten,
Hey,
Jana Dale, Rolanda Watts, Teresa Rose, Natalie Virum, and Lisa Mcdonald. So we're back, ladies, and let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about
you and me.
So casual sex. I know, Jana, you led down that path of, I've been married a few times. I've been married a few times myself as well. Probably too many that I want to count. That's to say it's been more than twice. But the casual sex, that was always like torture, dating. I mean, I've been in that place, in that path. And Teresa, I've seen so many posts and you talking about that. And,
right.
And it was you that I thought of about for having this conversation about how do you have casual sex? How do you get taken seriously in any type of relationship? So what's some of the experiences that you've had?
Well, you just said an oxymoron. How do you have casual sex and how do you get taken seriously? Those are two different things.
This is true. That is two completely different things.
Well, I mean, I'll just tell you, I do cougar comedy. I do it when I'm in the stand-up clubs because any great comic knows you tell the truth. That's what I do. So, I was married for a long time and now I'm not. And I'm in a place where, I'm really focused on my career and a lot of other activities that are going on. And frankly, it's just not a space that I want to be in a serious relationship. And
okay.
I can date 25-year-old hot guys. I will. So that's what I'm going to do, and I don't worry about people taking it seriously or not because it's my life at the end of the day and I get to decide how I want to spend it. So to me, I think, as long as you are clear in your communications and, you're in integrity with who you are, then you go out and knock yourself out, sister. Have some fun.
I mean, the whole dating scene. I remember this one time I went out. He was a pilot, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to, I want to show you my plane." Well, yeah, he wanted to show me more than the plane. But it was just like Teresa at that time. Hey, I'm just here to have fun.
Is that what they call it now? Did you bring your flags in so you can get them into the room?
Yeah, he was like, "Woo, let's go this way."
Yeah, well, the guys that I'm dating, they're not saying, "I want to show you my plane. I want to show you my backpack."
So, and I know we have some married here, we have some single, we have divorced. Who's here is divorced?
Yay!
Me.
Come on, Deb. Well, you're widowed, Deb.
I'm trying to get there. I did buy a divorce ring. I paid for way more than marriage was value. I paid $12 for the ring, so it's way more. But I've been married 42 years, and
wow.
Yeah, but that's 4 husbands, and
well, if you want to add it together, well, that's a different conversation.
So to me, marriage.
Well, then I could add mine up.
Yeah, marriage is like college credits; they're cumulative, and so I'm about to graduate with my BS degree. Bullshit.
Well, that
MF next.
It's funny, and my husband and I, of course, he's divorced too. We talk about it all of the time. We talk about it almost like, well, hi, honey, what kind of sex do you want to have today? Like we have those open conversations. I think it's definitely gotten better with age. It's definitely gotten better over time and with age. So, in comedy and women in comedy, how far is too far? And does anyone have any limitations on what's too far?
I mean, for me, I think it's never too far, right? You just go for it.
And I think it's about the audience. It's like, the corporate comedy that I do, there's lines that, there's certainly jokes that I don't tell when I'm in a corporate setting. And even different clubs, I can go into a club and realize, whoa, I'm going to sort of veer over here.
Right.
Or maybe conversely, there's, it's a wild and crazy club and you really let it all hang out. So it's really about the audience.
Wow. Rolanda, you've been around different genres in your career. Where do you see where too far is too far?
Well, first of all, in the First Amendment, especially with comedians, you can't tell people what to say. I think that you do have to be very sensitive to your audience and how you're communicating. Let me tell you, it was really funny because on my podcast, and she said where she thinks it's going too far. She says she gets so frustrated these days because so many women comedians are constantly talking about penises. Now,
oh, okay. So what is your thought about talking?
I'm sorry. Is there feedback or something?
Not far enough.
But, there's certain things that I won't, stuff like that. I don't talk about that. I think that's going too far. I don't like talking about stuff like that.
Right.
But I think for any comedian can talk about anything they want. But,
Well, right. It goes back to the free speech. But like you said, knowing who your audience is, like, I really don't like the penis. I don't like to use the C word either.
Well, can I tell you this, that I talk about the penis because I come from the dick generation. Dick Bucket, Dick Tracy.
Right.
We had a big old fish.
The dick generation.
President, Tricky Dick. The first book I learned how to read was See Dick Come. I don't know nothing about it. That's all I know. I mean, I couldn't wait to go to school to see what Dick was going to do with James Puff. I was
when I first met.
The first word I learned to spell besides my name was D-I-C-K. See Dick.
When I first met her, this is how she introduced herself to me. Oh, I just got married. I got me some white chocolate with nuts. Because she was a guy. That's how she introduced herself to me.
Yes, it was. I decided it was delicious. I had some at the mall, and I said, "Wow, this is good." So I'm just different. Decided to get some vanilla cream. See what happens.
So what's your kryptonite? What is that one thing, again, like Superman, like he's drawn in, but it's really just not good for you. What's that kryptonite for you? I mean, we all have it. Let's be honest. Natalie, I know you're all like, oh, which one do you want?
So let's see. So meaning by that, you mean something that you shouldn't do or have, but you just can't help it?
Right. And you just can't help it. You're just like sucked in.
Yeah, I'd say for me is sometimes my business sucks me in where, I don't go to the bathroom, I don't drink, and then, 8 hours went by and I'm like, oh, the whole day went by and I didn't go to the bathroom, I haven't eaten. So for me, it's like that. I have to really stop myself working. Because I love it so much. But I think it's good to have a balance. Like when you're a woman in business, you really want to try to see how you can have fun, but also work.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, ladies, we're all in business and we're entrepreneurs. This is, we're running a business, leading a business. Go ahead, Lise.
Sorry, Connie, I was just going to say, I think we can all attest to that. I think we, but to what degree that is consistently incorporated into our daily regimen, because the more things get ramped up or the more things that you take on, knowing that it was already something that you were kind of facing as a challenge to begin with, and maybe weren't setting those limits, and especially if you're working for yourself and you do a lot of what you need to do in isolation, there's nobody hovering over you saying, you know what? you haven't eaten in like 6 hours, or you know what, you didn't have a bath today. And I know it's because you're utilizing and squeezing every moment out of your day to get things knocked off your list, but you might want to reevaluate that. So I would have to agree with Natalie on that one, that's very much my kryptonite.
Oh, I did that yesterday. I had the gym in the morning, and then it was just go, go, go the entire day, meeting with producers, engineers, and just different people. I get to my hairdresser at 4:00, and she's like, "Did you just come from the gym?" Like, yeah, 5:00 this morning. I'm still in my gym clothes.
Yeah.
Right. So what about you, Rolanda? What's your kryptonite? Like, what is that thing that's like, I gotta have it, but you know it's just not good for you?
I don't. What is my kryptonite? Something that I got that. What do I? Fried chicken.
I did used to say sex. That was on my list.
Younger men. Fried chicken. Younger men. Fries. What can I say?
I'm hearing a theme here about younger men.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a theme here. Wait a minute. Let's go back. We keep going back to younger men and sex. Wait a minute.
That's what I said. That's my kryptonite, my ability to control my flirtiness. When I see it, I don't care what he look like. If he's breathing, I'm flirting.
Amen. That is funny. That is funny. How about anybody else? Jana, what about you? And I know her husband too. Yeah. What's your kryptonite?
Well, I mean, it's always been young guys. I mean, I was 21 and, well, I mean, I guess it's in the past and the statutes of limitation is over. But 21, I was getting with a 15-year-old. That's just life.
That's just life.
That's just life.
That's just life.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's so funny.
Oh, you know what? Can I say this? That my son, he was 17 at the time, asked me to check. He said, "Mom, I think I got a hernia." And I said, "Well, I'll take you to the doctor so you can check it out." He said, "Oh, Mom, I don't want that lady doctor looking at me. Why don't you just check?" I said, "What? You can't check. I can't check. They got names for mothers checking 17-year-olds." You know,
well,
then he turned 23, same thing happened. I said, I can't check you still. Bring them over. I can check all their hernias. You know?
Well, my son still tells everybody I'm 29. So, and he's 32 now. So I said, well, we're going to have to up my age at least a year older than you. So we have another commercial break here. Let's jump off, and when we come back, we'll keep talking about sex.
Good.
You know, single life, married life, and just life in general. And how do you get through so much shit that's going on today, and using your comedy with it? So stay and hang in there. We'll be right back. The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show. And we're back, and this is Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva, and we're here with the ladies of comedy, Debbie Wooten, Natalie Vera, Lisa Mcdonald, Jana, and Rolanda Watts. So I think we just need to keep going with sex, but I want to talk about single life, married life. And I mean, how do you bring your comedy into, again, I mean, there's so much shit and nonsense going on in the world today that how are you using your comedy to just relieve that, or even help others relieve themselves?
Well, I think
I'll relieve them. Yeah, let's help everybody relieve themselves.
Well, that's a segue for a lot of things.
Well, one time my late husband, he was at a comedy club watching me on stage, and this woman walked by, and all of a sudden his eyes followed her across the room. I didn't get mad at him. I looked at her. I made it my business. The next 2 weeks, I went out and found a dress and a wig, and I looked just like that bitch. I said, now what? What you gonna do? Your wife's not here. he started liking this. I started buying all kind of wigs, and with all my braids, I had matching rugs. Okay, so if I'm a blonde on top, I'm a blonde everywhere. So
oh my God.
Different women. And so he was married to tribal women. So that was my church. I was the other woman, side piece, all of them.
Well, my husband called me by his ex-wife when we first started dating, so I got a name tag made. And this is my name is Connie. And our next date we went on, I wore the name tag.
That's awesome.
He never forgot that. And here we are 20 years later.
I was going to say, so this is current husband?
Yes, current husband.
Okay, so he's
learned to deal with my humor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I had two husbands passed in a row. I had first husband divorced, second husband died, third husband died, and I still had the security, the faith and security of marriage, Social Security. It really paid good. I was rolling. I was crying all the way to the Social Security office.
Oh my God. Jana, how about you? How do you infuse your humor again with life?
Well, I'm really lucky. I mean, my whole family kind of does the improv thing. My husband and I, and he's on stage too. So, I mean, it's in the DNA. And at work, I mean, I work for a city, so I don't get opportunity to be really contemporaneous at work. So when I'm at home and when I'm on doing a show, whatever, it just comes out and it's very organic, and I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and Connie, I have found that I've increased the level of comedy in my life as stress has increased.
Yes.
I find opportunities like, first of all, just, generally with my corporate comedy and my keynotes, there's comedy in it. But then, I'm always looking at where can I do more stand-up? Where can I do more lip sync? Where can I do more improv? Where can I just do anything at all that's going to keep me, laughing and keep others laughing? Because honestly, it's my medicine. It's driving me in these dark days.
So, Teresa, I've seen you blossom over the last couple of years. I mean, I think we probably follow each other from afar,
right?
And even like Rolanda too. We've been connected for so many years on Facebook, and I see you guys. Where did you really? I noticed with you there was a point where it was like, oh my God, she's on. In the comedy and she's doing the shows. Where was that point in your life where you really stepped up your game to do that?
Well, when it really changed was when I started to get serious about comedy, when I started to get serious about the education and the foundation of it. Like I'd always been accidentally funny, but I really wanted to learn about how to take it in a way that was, serious. And so I took, a lot of improv classes for years, and that really was my foundation. And then once I really felt solid as an improv performer, then I said, you know what, I always wanted to do stand-up, but I didn't really I needed a nudge. And that nudge was a class that I took, a 4-week class that I took. And once I did that, and once I actually had the microphone without being a keynoter, without being an improv, but just stand up, boy, that was like a shot of, I don't even know what, the best possible drug you can imagine. And that was when I pivoted, and not really pivoted, expanded and said, I'm a comedian now. Like this is something I'm going to own. And I've never stopped since.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rolanda, what about you? What was that pivotal moment? Because I mean, you do some serious acting and then you do the improv and the comedy. What was your pivotal moment that launched you into doing that?
Rolanda's busy with the mailman at the moment. Come on, ladies. Privacy. Gee, how rude of us. How are you?
We want to hear from you. I mean, we need you back on the screen. But what was that pivotal moment for you that launched you? I mean, because you do serious, you do voiceovers, you do comedy.
You know what happened is Kim Coles, who's one of my dear friends, asked me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding. She said, a bunch of comedians are going to be doing a roast for me, and I want you on stage. And I said, are you kidding me? You've got Queen Latifah, Erica Alexander. I'm not getting up on that stage. She said, you told me one time that you wanted to do stand-up comedy, and here is your chance, and you have to say yes because it's a gift to me. She goes, I know you have 5 minutes of funny. 17 minutes later, after getting up there talking about menopause, how I was so pissed off about it, the women were on the floor. WeTV was shooting. They were like, you need to do this. And so I really took it seriously because there was nothing like making people fall out laughing. And by just telling the truth, as brutal and painful as it was, but just telling the truth. And I thought, my God, if I could tell stories in a way to get people to move like this, because as a journalist talk show host, I get to move any which way, but rarely to laugh. And so I started taking, just like Teresa, taking the workshops, doing the work. And what I found out is that comedy is so much writing, which I love anyway. So it was a wonderful opportunity to try and flex a new muscle and to try something new and something I'm passionate about.
Wow. Love that. Love that. Yeah. And it's the writing. And that was the one thing too, because even when I did my keynotes, I had somebody else write them. But now with comedy, it's like, I just have more fun writing it myself. And sometimes it's, again, you're throwing your own shit in there and then you look at life around you and it's like, my life is a comedy. Let's just throw that all in there on top of it. Like we don't need to make anything up. It's real. But Rolanda, you brought up a really good one about menopause. Now, I was probably guessing most of us, not all of us on here, have gone through menopause. So I guess this is taking us back to sex.
Not me. Not me. Not me.
Oh my God.
Don't worry.
I'm on menopause right now. I'm pausing for men.
She's pausing for men over here. Oh my God. We had this whole conversation. Of course, there's some comedy shows out there too about menopause and menopause. And I've seen a couple of them lately. They are hysterical. They are so hysterical. So Rhonda, what was your play on the menopause when you were speaking and you're talking about menopause. What was the play on that?
Well, the whole thing about how your mother never tells you stuff about how you're going to turn gray everywhere.
Yeah.
The good news is that you can still have sex. It just hurts.
Right.
And also, I had just taken a meeting with a network head. And when I had gotten up, the whole back of the couch was wet.
And I had that too. I did.
Right. I cut off all my hair. I was like, I cannot take this. She's sitting in the middle of a meeting, rubbing the top lip with the beads of sweat on it. Yeah. And every time I met a guy that turned me on, my body would.
And you're like, where do I go from here? Oh my God. I had that too. I was meeting with it was a producer. And I got up and I was soaked. My hair was really long. The next day I shaved it off. And that's for the couple of years. I was bald.
I avoided the whole menopause thing. I had a hysterectomy. I took my uterus to a taxidermist and had it laminated. I got it home like a trophy on my fireplace, and I got garlic hanging on top of it, and candles around the base. I thought I saw it move. Maybe it didn't, but I stabbed it. Now I've got. I'm scared, so I didn't go through the menopause, but I am pausing on the men.
Oh my God, ladies! If you haven't, just wait. It's coming. It's coming for sure. So what's your downtime? What do you do for your downtime?
This is downtime. You got to schedule the downtime with Connie Pheiff.
No, that's not downtime. For what was this? Get downtime.
Yeah, what do you do? I try so hard to stay healthy. I even have a meal service now. I said if somebody else could go to the gym for me in the morning, that would even be fun, but that doesn't happen. What do you do to just kind of detoxify yourself and then to bring yourself back up? With some tips?
Meditation.
Yes.
Meditation's good.
Yeah, exactly. I have two different kinds of downtimes. I have the healthy downtime stuff, right, which I do mostly, your meditation, your yoga, right, floating in a flotation tank. I do stuff like that.
I've not done that one.
Oh, it's awesome. But then I also do, naughty downtime stuff.
Yes.
And it can range from binge watching Outlander and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to, swiping right on Graham.
Oh, what else? Jana, what's your downtime? I know. I think your downtime is probably doing improv.
Well, it's always doing improv. We go to drop-ins wherever we can, play with new people. That's always good stuff. Keeps things.
And you're playing with new people too, and I'm ejecting them.
But now that we moved, we live up in the high desert. We live in Apple Valley, so we live with high desert rats, and we're trying to assimilate to the culture. And we just go out driving in random remote places and absorb the culture. It's fun.
Wow, that's fun. That's fun to do. Natalie, what do you do? What's your downtime?
A few things. I mean, meditation or things like those for sure, like Akashic records, rebirthing. I mean, all the weird hypnosis stuff, I do it all. Then traveling. I love traveling. I'm French, born and raised in Madrid, so I love traveling. And then I'd say like having fun with friends and drinking, and like if I drink, if I'm with friends and just chilling, that relaxes me a lot. So I suck their energy, basically.
Okay. I suck my husband's. He always says, "No, I don't suck my husband's."
Oh, you suck your husband's what? You suck your husband's. Connie, can you clarify that? You suck your husband's.
He always knows he's my designated.
I'm both a sucker.
So how does your family look at you? Your kids or brothers or sisters? I mean, they look at me like I have 5 heads sometimes. Like, what are you coming from?
Well, I've a daughter who's 17 years old, and she's seen my cleaner version of my stand-up once, and I'll come back to her and I'll tell her, oh my gosh, this show was so great. I did all these great things, and she says to me, dead face, total stone face. She says, "Mom, I know you're funny, just not to me." So I acknowledge that, and we just sort of, she knows what mom does, and but then we don't, it's a don't ask, don't tell policy.
Don't tell. Well, I found, I definitely get the looks like, oh, like, where did you come from? Like, are you really part of us? And my daughter and my son, actually just last year, I have it right here. I thought they were always that same way, Teresa, like they just didn't pay attention to me. Last year for Christmas, they gave me the She Believes She Could and She Did bracelet.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
And I got that with Maya Angelou's book and Stevie Nicks' book, a couple other things. But when I got that bracelet, I was like, they're paying attention. They really are paying attention. They just don't want to talk about it.
Right.
So it's like you, it's a don't talk, don't tell policy. We don't.
Yeah.
Family, my kids age range from 37 to 46 years old. They don't come to my shows because they know I'm talking about their ass. So they have to be there. And so like they're gonna roast us, mama, and they always say, "Oh, she's talking about the other kids, not me." So they don't want to be accused. So they just see mama as mama, and that's it. They don't. But their friends say I'm funny. Then they go, "Oh my God, somebody said you're funny, Mama, I can't believe it."
Well, I talk about my husband too, and he knows it, and he has seen me, and he just goes along with it. So he's
my kids who are 10 and 8.5. The cool word on the street now is, "Ooh, that's cringy. You're cringy, Mom. Mom, you're cringy. Stop being so cringy."
So Lisa is cringy. We'll make sure that we let people know that. Connie sucks her husband. Lisa's cringy. That's
Trying to be funny with your children of that age with their friends. It's the kids like it, the friends like it. Right. But when it's your own, it's like, oh, please, Mom, please.
Different. Rolanda, how about you?
Kids don't like that at all.
Oh, let's see. What do you want to know?
I mean, you're kind of crazy. You're kind of all over. I mean, we were talking about how your kids or your friends or your family, how do they react to you? The people that really know you. Like, again, for me, if I go home for the holidays, I'm like, there's nothing.
I think my mom in particular is like, "You're doing what?" You're an anchor woman, a talk show host. You have a degree from Columbia. You're doing what? But then she knows this is something I've always enjoyed. I've always loved comedy. And so I think a lot of it is like just most people, D.L. Hughley told me, he said, "You know what, Rolanda, when I first heard you were doing comedy, I was like, what?" He goes, "But then I started thinking it's kind of like when I first heard about cheddar popcorn and caramel popcorn. It didn't make sense at first, but then I was like, okay, I kind of get it now. I get it." So, it's been going well for me. I've headlined at Caroline's. I've done things to prove that I can crack at least 2 or 3 jokes. Mm-hmm. So, tell a couple of funny stories. So I think people laugh at you until you start getting paid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Or you're laughing at yourself, and then I'm getting paid. I'm funnier. All right, we're going to take our last break for today. So let's just give us about 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show. And we're back, and this is the Connie Pheiff Show, and we're here with a lot of unstoppable divas. We have 6 of them in total: Debbie Wooten, Jana Dale, Teresa Rose, Lisa McDonald, Natalie Veerm, and Rolanda Watts is all in the house. So, ladies, I know each of you. Y'all have some phenomenal programs going on, and that's why I reached out to you to be here today, because I just admire you in all of you. I mean, we've been captured. I've been motivated by each of you. I've seen you on social media for each of you for a couple of years. I think we've been on, and I just put out and said, hey, let's do a Ladies of Comedy show. And again, the intent for today's show is to introduce you to our networks. We're on 210 networks around the globe. We're hitting 155 countries. We're tracking roughly 5.5 million. Actually, that's going to be more of a time the show hits to our websites, collaboration of all of the networks that we're on. So we're hitting some pretty heavy shit here, and I want to make sure that I'm promoting you ladies here. So Rolanda, I want to start with you. You have some fantastic things going on. So share away, lady. Let people know what you're doing and how they could find you.
Well, stay tuned to Criminal Minds. You can go back and watch it. We're just on this week playing the pathologist. Also, RolandaOnDemand.com, my new podcast. Check that out. And you can also check out Carol Burnett, my interview with her on there if you love comedians.
I love
Destiny Lingers. Yes. It's my book. Makes a great holiday gift. And also, I'm doing something really cool. It's called Cameo. Go to Cameo.com, look up my name, and I will give you or somebody you love a personal greeting of encouragement. I could dog them out for you. I could crack a joke for you. I could just tell them you love them. A great holiday gift. So go to Cameo.com and look up Rolanda Watts and let me do a cameo for you for the holiday.
Awesome. Thank you. I am just thrilled that you've been here. Lisa, what are you up to?
Well, first I want to say, Connie, you're awesome. You really are awesome. And the fact that you invited all of us to be here with you, we are equally all in awe of you.
Yes,
I'm super inspired by you, and to call you friend, colleague, peer, it's an honor. It truly is. I mean, your light is so bright, and I love your energy. It's quite infectious. Humor, serious, all under the umbrella of whatever. You are the real deal. And I just want to say that my life is better, and I'm a better human being and a professional for knowing you. And I think we can all attest to that here.
Well, thank you.
So anyway, so a lot's going on. As you know, like you, part of the C-Suite, wear a few different hats within the C-Suite, connected to C-Suite Radio on iHeartRadio. Everything with my brand, Living Fearlessly with Lisa McDonald, just partnered with Al Cole with CBS Radio. So we're starting up our own network, and we're in a different division of which I didn't even realize existed until he told me after a 5-hour marathon call last night. But it's invitation only to get on certain platforms where C-SPAN and BBC and Fox News and a few others are hosted. So that's going to expand upon things. You can also find my blogs on Ariana Huffington's site, Thrive Global. And my book is in pre-launch right now, official launch, which is, again, Living Fearlessly with Lisa McDonald, uplifting you to fear less and to live more. Available for pre-sale on Amazon currently, and the launch is going to be toward the latter part of January. So anybody who wants to reach out to me and talk about appearing as a prospective guest on my show would love to talk to you. I've interviewed people like Deepak Chopra, Damon John from Shark Tank. I've interviewed Connie Pheiff a couple times, who's absolutely spectacular. And Jack Canfield, I mean, the list goes on, Lisa Gibbons. So it's just been absolutely fantastic, the caliber of people who also bring quite a bit of humor to Living Fearlessly with Lisa McDonald. So lovely meeting all you other women. This is my first introduction to you, and I think you're amazing.
Awesome. And Teresa Rose, what do you?
Yeah, so I'm excited because my 5th book, Mindful Performance, How to Powerfully Impact Profitability, Productivity, and Purpose, just got launched through Bestseller TV and Sweet Network, and I'm thrilled. It's I really worked hard on this latest book. You know, I've been studying mindfulness for 20 years, and you know, doing a lot of cosmic woo-woo, airy-fairy stuff like Natalie does too. And I really said to myself, I wanted to write a book that was a how-to book on mindfulness. People know they need it, but they don't know how. So I wrote it, and now I'm really just so juiced about getting it out there in whatever way I can, whether it's, you know, just getting it in the hands of people. You know, I'm traveling with it all the time and giving it to the people that I have conversations with, but also incorporating it into my keynotes and doing leadership coaching based on it, which I'm doing now, and I love. But the thing is, and so my address, my URL is teresarose.com.
So could you imagine you're in corporate, you're an executive, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, how can I motivate my people? How can I motivate my team? So do you want to bring in somebody who's a comedian who's going to light up the platform and get everybody energized? You have all of these women, 7 women, including myself, right here that will do it. So it's not coming in and showing flip charts and flow charts and putting people to sleep. You are actually educating people through humor. And Teresa Rose, I know you do that perfectly as well. Jana, what's up with you, darling?
You know me, I don't have the creds that you ladies have. I'm first of all going to say that. I do improv. I do stand-up, not like you all.
Okay, who wants to correct her? Who wants to correct her? Okay, let's all throw something at this girl. Come on. You are, and that's the one thing that people do. You need to raise yourself. You are incredible. You do so many things. You're a marquee player. I mean, you're out there, honey. I've seen you.
Oh, I appreciate that, but Connie,
and you've got
to go back to what was said already before. You are that bright light. You are the one. And when you called me, when you reached out to me, I was so flattered, so happy, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I'd be happy to come back any other time you want me. God bless you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, and I also do some cheesy online writing. It's
come on.
It's through episode. I write teen. It's my biggest claim to fame is called Fat Girl. It's a little teen novel. Just fun stuff. I have kind of a good amount of followers, over 50,000 actually. So check out episode.com. And my Fat Girl story. It's cool. Wow. It's positive. That's what we need, more positivity in the world.
Absolutely.
Right?
Fantastic. Yep. And she's into horses.
Yeah, do that. Showing and judging that thing.
Yes. That's why I like you. Aww. Natalie, what about you? What do you have going on?
Yes, thank you. So again, thank you, Connie. This has been amazing. I really appreciate it. What I'm up to these days is, number one, speaking is going to be like something I really want to move to the next level. Mm-hmm. So I had my first event. It was an entrepreneurial event in Beverly Hills on October 20 and 21st. And we had 175 plus entrepreneurs, business owners, many speakers. We brought in Jay Shetty and many others, and the house was just on fire. So I think I plan to do more of those events.
Okay.
If anyone is interested, please let me know. Then the second thing, I'm a business coach. So anyone that has either an idea for a business or already has a business and wants to grow and scale their business, let me know. I'll be happy to give you like a free breakthrough session where we could either unlock your life purpose or turn your business into something very thriving for the greater good.
Great.
Thank you. What about you, Connie?
Well, wait, we got to get to Debbie.
Oh,
thank you. God.
I got to get to the Debbie or Portland mama up here. So what are you doing? You were just in a marquee recently too, I seen.
Yes.
I stalk all you ladies. I'm a stalker.
Well, right now I'm focusing on my one-woman show called I'm Not Black, I'm Polio. And it's going to be in March. And the name of my book is the same thing. And I'm writing a second book, Raising 5 Kids, a lawyer, a college professor, banker, vice president, bank, nurse. It's called You Can't Hit, You Got to Outwit. So between those two books, that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm also going through a divorce from my husband. And that's kind of challenging, but how to hold your head up through all the adversity. I just want to make sure that my behavior is doing that. And that's looking forward, writing the book, doing the one-woman show, and also promoting my movie called The Pony Man. And I play a disabled, homeless clown, like Homie the Clown's mother. I'm like, and so it's a drama. And you can buy it on Amazon.com.
I doubt it's going to be a drama if you're rich. Come on, please. Please. For the time that I know you, I don't see drama in your future.
Well, not the bad kind, hopefully.
All right. So, and to close up here really quick. So I'm Connie Pheiff, the Unstoppable Diva, and what we have going on is it's just incredible, the things that we have happening. The one thing that really launched and spearheaded this conversation is that the Connie Pheiff Show. We're heading over to a number of national networks, and that's what's really increasing our reach and what we're doing. And we're getting more and more phenomenal guests on the show, just like our ladies that are here today. And what spearheaded even to that, I've had a speakers bureau from, being run by another person for years, and I've taken that over this year. So I've also stepped into being a talent manager, still speaking in terms of promoting the business, but also promoting my clients and my guests and who we have on the show. So we are definitely working with some top players in the industry, women and men. We don't let the guys out of the bag. And we have our Activate community where a lot of people come in and we provide a lot of those resources. But then again, those who qualify get to become clients and, part of our talent management. And we have a phenomenal team, marketing team, publicist team. We do inbound, outbound marketing. So it's just phenomenal. And as far as improv, I've been mostly an improv speaker myself in the shower for about 10 years. And I came out of the closet a couple of years ago and said, I just need to bring it on. So I've upped my game with it as well. And I'm going to be going back to the group that Jana's a part of soon. And that's why I first met her. Yes, coming back. And, life happens, shit happens. And we had a couple of changes this year and a couple personal losses. I actually lost 7 family members this year, and it really made me, lost my mother last year, 7 members this year, all between a 3-week period in February, March, and then the business crashed in April because we had over 780,000 hits to the website. So, I had to take a step back and say, okay, what is life telling us? And doing a lot of meditation myself. Probably everything except floating in water I've done this year. to really say, what is it that I do well? And what I do well is I lead people. I'm the orchestra. I could bring people together and coach them and ramp them up and really put a bow on them and put them out there to play. And that's what I enjoy doing. So we've upped our game with CP Creative Agency, the Connie Speaks, the Connie Pheiff Show, and it's just been a whirlwind. It's been fabulous. I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to have you back. Oh, that was the one thing. In April, we're going to be doing a spotlight of everyone that we've had on the show. We're inviting you all here to LA, and we're going to be jumping in a studio and streaming the show around the globe. It's not like a large audience, but we're going to get into a studio and we're going to stream around the globe. We already have that set up, so you'll be getting an invite for that as well. But let's close with, for each of you, what is one word that describes you? One word. So, Rolanda, I'm starting with you, my love.
I think tenacious. Saying you're a survivor says I will live. Being tenacious says I will not die. I don't know if you can hear that in the feedback. But tenacious.
We heard you. Yes. So tenacious. So I'm going to write that down. Okay, Teresa, what is yours?
Spirited.
Ooh.
And not just from not from a small s perspective,
right.
But the full magnificent spirit that is us. That's what I try to embody each and every day.
Beautiful.
That. Lisa.
Fearless. No surprise there, Connie. Come on.
I know. What's mine?
Unstoppable.
I'm going to get it tattooed in my hand. I told my husband at breakfast this morning, I'm going to get it tattooed right here. He goes, no, you're not. Yes, I am. He goes, I know. You'll have it by the weekend.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to me.
There you go. My holiday gift. Natalie, what's your one word that describes you?
Purpose or purpose-driven. Ever since my mom died, I worked on aligning my purpose with everything I do, and that's just who I am today.
Okay, good for you. Good for you. Debbie, what's your one word?
My name came out the Bible, Deborah, who was a warrior.
Love it.
I'm a warrior.
Love that. And that absolutely matches you, Jana.
I'm eclectic. I dance to my own drummer, and I don't care who doesn't like the beat.
Ooh.
I'm eclectic.
Love that.
I know. How many times do we worry about what other people think of us?
Never.
I actually don't give a shit anymore, Connie.
Never.
Nor do I.
I give approximately
really
$0.
I know for me, when I was younger, I did. But now, I'm just like you, Teresa. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like,
oh yeah.
And I had some of that challenge a little bit earlier this year, and it did knock my shit out initially, but then afterwards I thought, no, like, I don't need to let anybody else pull me down. It was like, go away. That's it. You need to leave. You need to leave. So, yes. And my word is unstoppable. And yes. And don't be surprised if you see it tattooed on my hand next week. So I will do it.
I'm counting on it.
I want a new tat.
Well, I do have them, but they're on my back. So usually you can't see them. Yeah. Yeah. No, my kids are like everywhere, which is funny. So that's all we have for today, ladies. I am thrilled that you all have been here. Love our conversation. You all are welcome back to do one-on-one interviews on the Connie Pheiff Show at any time. Just let me know and we'll get you scheduled on there. But until next time, cheers.
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 Thanks, Connie.
Bye. Bye. Hey, y'all, it's Connie Pheiff. Thank you for listening to the Connie Pheiff Show. Check back often. You don't want to miss any of the good stuff. If you like what you hear and would like to be a guest on the show, head over to theconniefeifshow.com to apply. While you're there, check out our amazing advertising opportunities that will put you right in front of your perfect client. I will see you over there. Do yourself a favor this week. Activate your power and be unstoppable together.